What's up guys, it's Rule here from Key Rental Property Management, and today I wanted to share with you my 3 reasons why I believe the Miami rental market is one of the most favorable one in the US. Number 1 must be the weather and the vibe. The Miami weather is second to none. It's awesome. It's one of the main reasons why I have moved here with my family and why a lot of other people are doing the same. Whether they're coming from New York or other parts of the US, they're coming down to South Florida, particularly Miami, because of the weather and the lifestyle. Also because of the trend and because of the hype. A lot of the different celebrities, like of course David Beckham that's building a stadium here, and other celebrities like Bezos are all coming down to Miami, and of course Messi that's playing here for Inter Miami now. That all builds up with the vibe that people want to move to a city that's alive, that's happening, and that's growing. The second reason is because of the infrastructure. There's been a lot of infrastructure growth lately in terms of building. Like I mentioned, the stadium that they're busy building now, which is going to bring a lot of different fans and again excitement to the city. But also there's a lot of multifamily being built. As of this year, 2025, they expect to bring another 14,500 units online, and they have another 32,000 that are currently in construction being built. That represents almost 24% of the current inventory, so it's a real boost in terms of the development that's happening within the multifamily space and of course residential growth to the market. I'm very excited about that and what's happening here in Miami. And the third reason why I believe it's very favorable for investors is the investment climate. There is no state tax, as well as it's very favorable for landlords. There is a new law now that just passed that you're allowed to send emails and electronic mails to give legal notices, which is huge. It's obviously upgrading the way of doing it. In the past, we used to have to put on the note on the door and stick it and all those things. Now those days are gone. Of course, you can still do that, but now you can even do it via electronic mail, which I think is really helpful as a property manager. Also, if you have any squatters, we used to have to evict those. Now we simply just call the police and we tell them that they're not part of the property and we simply kick them out, which again, it's something really favorable for landlords here. And lastly, the eviction process, if you compare that to some of the other states like Washington or New York, it is definitely much more landlord favorable here in Miami than some of those other states. We typically get hold of the property a lot easier with a lot less legal interference and expenses. It's very helpful if you're an owner here in Miami. And then lastly, I want to leave you with a bonus. I will share with you a little bit my personal favorite areas to invest into rental properties and also what type of investments, because there's a difference in Miami whether you're investing in a single family home, a townhouse or a multifamily. The areas that you want to invest in or want to look at and consider are definitely very different. So one of the things when you're looking at, as an example, single family homes, townhouses, you probably want to go a little bit more south towards your homestead, towards the outskirts of Miami, like Kendall. Doral is a little bit more pricey these days because you're competing more with your residential owners. And I always say you want to have areas where it's very favorable for renters and you're not competing as much with where people want to live as their primary residence and they want to buy their own home. There's certain areas in Miami like Coral Gables, Coconut Grove, very popular areas, great for if you want to live there for residential and you want to buy a house. That's a fantastic area. But for investment properties, the numbers just won't make sense because people are willing to pay a premium to live in those areas. As an investor, it doesn't make sense. So when you go more south towards that homestead, Cutler Bay, you'll be able to find more deals within that single family space. Now, my personal favorite, I love the multifamily, especially those small boutique, the 4plexes to 10plex to like 20 units. Those are really good and they work really well in terms of a financial picture. The areas that I like most is Little Havana, of course, very popular, very close to the Miami City. It's very close to the airport. Location wise, it is one of the best locations. It's still relatively up and coming. It's not the fanciest area in Miami, but it's definitely, in terms of location, really good deal. There is plenty of little boutique multifamilies there that you can take on. Some of them are a little bit older, they will need a little bit more work to kind of renovate them to get them going. Rental market is very strong in that area and they typically move quite quickly when we put them online. And then my last Least but not least, last but not least, is my favorite area, Upper East Side. That little part of Miami there, in my opinion, a hidden gem. There's loads of duplexes, triplexes, small multifamily, of course also single family homes that are really well located because you're covered by the rail track. So it's very excluded to some of the other parts of Miami. And it's about 10 minutes from Design District and Midtown, which is again a very high-end, expensive area in Miami. And that Upper East Side, a little bit more affordable compared to that. But the price and the value, I feel that's one of the most unique and kind of hidden gems to find a great investment property. Also, in terms of the rental market in that area, whenever we put properties online there, they go quickly. I'm always surprised by how quickly that goes. We're in a much softer market right now, but in that area, we typically move those properties quite quickly just because people love to live there. It's super central, etc.